It takes the right skills and the right innovation to design and manage meaningful print marketing solutions. Welcome to Podcasts from the Printerverse, where we explore all facets of print and marketing that create meaningful communications and business success. Now, here's your host, the intergalactic ambassador to the Printerverse, Deborah Korn.
Hey everybody, it's Deborah Korn, intergalactic ambassador to the Printerverse, and today we're talking with Ryan Kiley, who is the Director of Strategic Production Services at Ricoh. But you also do something really cool within that, which is that you are working with Clickable Paper, which is Ricoh's augmented reality solution. So Ryan, hello and welcome. Interesting topic. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what is Clickable Paper?
So indeed, I am Ryan Kiley. I've spent the last 11 years with Ricoh, focused completely to production. My background is as a software engineer. I spent another 11 years with software company Rochester Software Associates right here in Rochester, New York. And for the last 10, I have focused on Ricoh's services portfolio. So wrapping the hardware and the software up in a services package that helps customers realize success with it. Right? Printers and software products, they're not customized until a competent services professional is integrating that equipment or that software product with your, as a customer, individual environment. And so building the software and services portfolio, going to market with it, and helping to market it out to our many customers. So, Clickable Paper. We can forget the name for a little while. Let's just talk about augmented reality in general. Augmented reality is a hot topic. It's being integrated into the latest phones. You see popular games go viral, like Pokemon Go. You have filters on your Facebook camera or your Instagram pictures. Now, these are all forms of augmented reality and they're kind of meant for entertainment. I want to talk about augmented reality in a way that helps printers, specifically helps printers make money, provide more value to their clients, and ultimately earn long-term business by connecting things they print. We'll get into examples, signs, and marketing materials with digital content, helping those materials live longer, be more immersive, and add more value to the standard printed page.
Okay, so people who follow me, I say that with all humbleness, kind of know that I'm very skeptical on this subject as far as what exactly does a printer need to do in this process? If it's image recognition, isn't all of that being handled in the file creation by the designer? Why does the printer need to be involved in this? Let's start there.
Well, let's think about where people are going for their materials. The examples are the most compelling part of this technology. Whether it's a restaurant or a museum or anything in between, people are engaged with their agency and their printers to produce things. Could be marketing materials, advertising an upcoming event, could be signage next to the animals in the zoo. All these things are you're engaging a printer in order to produce these materials. I'm proposing that in addition to delivering just the materials, the printer can deliver an augmented digital experience with them. Right? Take an example like the aquarium. Right? You get your signs printed. The aquarium presents them. New fish goes in the tank, you print a new sign. But what if we could connect the end user to a more immersive digital experience as they walk through the aquarium? So now you click the sign, right, and you're taking a self-guided tour through the aquarium. it's an updated version of technology that's been around for a while. But with bring your own device, everybody's got the means to do that right in their pocket. So click the sign on the aquarium and suddenly get immersed in video content, in further reading, in an exploration of the migratory patterns of that particular fish, all while just using their own phone as they move through that experience.
Right.
That's sorry, go ahead, Deborah.
What I was going to say is that I get that. I think everybody understands that there is a viable way that we can connect something that was printed with a digital experience. But where this all falls short for me is that someone has to create that experience. And that is why this is not taking off. That restaurant, an aquarium is a great example, but they also have the means to create those videos. They have the means to produce those videos. Where this kind of gets convoluted to me is the experience itself. Are you suggesting that printers are providing that video, or providing a means for companies to create that video or that digital experience, or just the link to it?
I'm proposing that printers walk the path at their own pace, but get involved in the conversation around content. And content doesn't have to be created from scratch. Technology like clickable paper can simply make it easier to connect the end user with the content that exists. Take, for example, a university campus, where a poster for an upcoming speaker series is out there. Well, instead of walking yourself to the bookstore or typing in the URL or going back to your dorm room and trying to find how to get tickets to that event, you're instantly connected with the how to buy a ticket website. Now, that exists. Right? The printer didn't need to get involved in the content creation. We're simply making it easier for the end user to get access to that augmented digital content.
The Ricoh Commercial and Industrial Business Printing Group is pleased to be a pioneer in this journey with Print Media Center for podcasts from the Printerverse. Ricoh drives success in all areas of your operation with a customer-centric approach to business. Ricoh offers a full range of customized consulting services executed by a team of seasoned print production, workflow, and color management specialists who have decades of proven, real-world practical experience. We invite you to learn more at takealookatricoh.com. There's never been more to see. That's takealookatricoh.com.
That also brings us to the conversation about what is augmented reality. Just seeing video is not augmented reality. It's a link to a video. Augmented reality, to your point, was Pokemon Go, where something that is not there is put into your environment and it reacts within your environment. So are we even talking about augmented reality?
Sure we are, yeah. And those examples are what intersect with our lives on a regular basis, and they were our first introduction to augmented reality. But anything that takes the physical world and adds digital content counts, right? And in the business of printing, consider a charitable giving campaign, right, where a postcard goes out, right? Good old 6x9, and you're trying to solicit donations. Right? By enabling that campaign with, say, clickable paper or augmented content, suddenly you can start to see how it affects real people, survivor profiles, ways to donate, information on how tax benefits associated with your involvement. And you create an emotional connection between the end user and the piece.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more than printers need to be involved in the conversation, whether it's they're providing the service or they, what I say is to squat up and bring those people with you. If you're not the expert, bring those people who can help your customers and theirs with the digital bridge so that you're involved in the conversation. Completely agree with that. So now that we kind of are on the same page, the printers should be in there somewhere. How does it actually work for them with your platform with clickable paper?
Fantastic, thanks. So clickable paper is image recognition. There are several different kinds of ways to complement a printed piece. I mean, we've been typing a URL on paper for years.
Right. Yeah.
That's another way to connect somebody to digital content. They just have to go type it in.
Right.
We know of barcodes. We know of QR codes. Barcodes and QR codes contain information, and it is stuck there. Right? It is forever exactly that information. And to your taste, barcodes and QR codes are big, and they interfere with the design of a piece. There's also embedded code recognition, so like a watermark or something that is obfuscated from the end user but is physically printed on the page. That takes a designer to physically embed. Our technology is different. It's image recognition. Think of Facebook recognizing you in a photo that you upload. You didn't have to do anything to that photo to make it find you. And so, by using image recognition, the design process of a piece doesn't need to change. This is a good thing. You can make the Declaration of Independence clickable without having to go back to the printer. The second thing that's great about image recognition is that we can change the result set anytime we want. Remember, QR codes have data embedded in it. It's stuck there. But with image recognition, we can choose to change what gets returned when that image is recognized. So if you are at that aquarium and something happens to that species, you can change the result set, change how an end user experiences that sign or the digital content associated with that sign within 15 minutes. Think of mistakenly linking the wrong recipe to a monthly health statement at an insurance firm. Well, we can change it. We can fix it. We don't have to reprint and resend and remail. So image recognition is extraordinarily powerful. Ricoh holds over 100 patents around the world on what's called the Ricoh Visual Search technology that is the foundation of clickable paper. So that's the how. The second part of your question was, what does a printer need to do to make it all work? Right? So I talked about the design and how we connect it. So there's a web-based UI for uploading a PDF. And that PDF, you just like using Acrobat, you tag certain parts of that page and then assign a digital result set. Every set of pages is called a campaign, and that's kind of important because this technology is in our campaign solutions portfolio. This is a marketing tool. Make no mistake about it. And so as the printer connects just with drag and drop and drawing squares and selecting destinations for the result set, they're providing a service to their customer. And this is where we start getting into the business case for a printer. Right. Maintaining the result sets for the printed pieces.
What kind of skill set is required on the printer's end? And are they the ones who are taking these PDFs and deciding which images are recognizable through your technology and where they go? Where it goes after it's clicked, scanned?
Sure. The physical act of tagging the pages and defining the results is a junior level position. Junior designer, even at the CSR level, for making changes to things that exist right now. So the skill set is not significant. Where the printer needs to evolve is in having the conversation with their customer about the intended result, right? So when I say it's a campaign, I mean it. And campaigns need to have a plan, expected results, a way to measure those results, and perhaps a way to reconfigure and relaunch. That's a conversation that we'd like printers to begin having more with their clients, a more result-oriented conversation about the pieces that they're creating.
For what's new and what's next, keep an eye on Ricoh's Commercial and Industrial Business Printing Group on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And follow our hashtag, #LookAtRicoh. There's never been a better time to join the conversation.
Let's talk a little bit about results then. Do you have any case studies that you can share with us?
Without names, I can tell you about an advertising campaign that was intended to drive web-based sales for a product. There was a mail drop, a postcard drop. Associated with that postcard were the words, download our app to learn more. You can only put so much on a postcard.
Great.
And so what we drove was 7,000 app downloads over the course of 48 hours. 7,000 downloads in 48 hours. Those are people taking action, responding to that call, and beginning to interact more succinctly with that brand. That in turn results in the web traffic. That in turn results in the sales. In fact, the USPS, the Postmaster General, who is no stranger to the power of augmented reality for direct mail, saw increases from, and hold on to your chair here, but 2 and 3%, like we would expect from a traditional direct mail campaign, to 36% for a particular offer that they complemented with augmented reality technology.
Wow.
Right. Well, wow. Do the math. It's
Exactly.
It's pretty significant how you can put it this way, Deborah. Today's consumers want to be interacted with their way.
Exactly.
They want to talk to a brand, feel a brand.
Mm-hmm.
They want to experience a brand however they want.
Right.
And this is a very effective additional channel of communication and immersion with the brand.
I mean, we are in complete agreement on that as well. The download of the app facilitates an entire new level of conversation through push notifications, through special offers if it's a retail environment or anything like that. Why do you think that augmented reality is just really taking so long to kind of permeate the marketing channels in the U.S. especially? And do you think that the millennials will be pushing any of this faster, the adoption?
Well, to your second question first, absolutely. Right? Our consumers need to move us. We're not the most nimble of industries. Right? Look at JDF. How long has it taken JDF to become a practical standard in the production process? These things take time in our industry, but time is being compressed. Consumers are changing rapidly. We need to understand that that's the case and respond more succinctly to their needs. Now, there's also not been a real practical business case and an application to use this for printers. There are augmented reality apps out there, but we're not asking people to interact with their soda can or have the princess come off the page in a coloring book. No, we're trying to increase response rates to advertising. We're trying to create a predictable, repeatable revenue stream with those customers who use us for signage and direct mail.
Clickable paper, I think the first time I heard about it was Graph Expo maybe 4 years ago, something like that. And then it kind of went away as far as Ricoh promoting it outward. Seems to be back now. So I have 2 questions within that. First of all, where has it been the last 3 years? And why Rico? Why should somebody go to this technology through Rico? And I guess this another part of that, excuse my compounded questions here, is this white label, or is it something that you specifically want printers to know that they're working with Rico?
Rico Visual Search technology was invented several years ago, you're right. Only in the last few years have we cracked the code on the licensing and the installation plans and approaches. So we offer three separate licensing arrangements. Number one is use our commercial app. Right? It's on the App Store, Google Play, and the Apple App Store. You download it. It's called CP Clicker. 4 years ago, that's what we went to market with. Now we have much more flexible choices. Specifically, we have a app skinning mechanism now. So that advertising campaign with the 7,000 downloads, that was a skinned app. So there is no reference to Rico in the end user's experience, and that's important. Right? We don't want to be in front of the consumer necessarily. We want our customer's brand to be in front of the consumer. So skinning an app, which is extraordinarily simple, it's a day's worth of work, will allow you to launch your own, perhaps time-limited advertising campaign with a complementary mobile app. So that the addition of that licensing model was a huge step forward for us. Mm-hmm. The second step was the third licensing model, and that's the SDK integration. So if a brand has an existing app and they want to embed Rico Visual Search technology into it, we can support that plan too, meaning that their consumers may already have the app on their phone. Right? We're just adding content to it through an update. Think of a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Right? So you walk into a restaurant today, and there's about a 99% chance that you'll have free Wi-Fi. Okay, maybe you have to ask the host or hostess for the password, but you get it, and everybody's got it. So we've got a customer that wants to put a wall between the consumer and their Wi-Fi through their app, which is essentially their loyalty program. Mm-hmm. So now, download the app, sign up for the loyalty program. Now every time you're in the restaurant, you have instant access to their wireless. Well, in the app is Rico Visual Search technology. So customers can begin to interact with their signage, buy tickets to upcoming shows or bands, get nutritional information about that stuff that's on the menu, learn how to order things around the country. So a fairly complicated app that already exists can be complemented with Rico's clickable paper and add even more value to it.
The Rico Commercial and Industrial Business Printing Group is pleased to be a pioneer in this journey with Print Media Center for podcasts from the Printerverse. From workflow assessment and color management services to a full portfolio of outstanding hardware, software, and finishing solutions to give your business an edge, Rico has what you need at every step of the way. We invite you to learn more at takealookatrico.com. There's never been more to see at takealookatrico.com.
You made a great point before about a software is just a software until it's customized to how you need to use it, which I think was really a great point. Applying that here, what are the reporting features, and are people able to customize them based upon the results that they're trying to track?
Yes. So reporting is huge. Since this is an advertising tool. So think of a multi-channel marketing campaign and not having the results of how many people click through to your website. So clickable paper includes comprehensive back-end reporting that can track who, what, where, when, and why. So where did they click? How many times did they click? And I say where. So geolocation is a brand new addition to a marketing dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know if we send out 10,000 postcards, what population is responding to our call to action. We can run A/B campaigns so that we can tell which campaign is more effective, retool, and relaunch. Just to give you one more example, because I think this really comes alive, Deborah, with the examples. Mm-hmm. There's an insurance company that took a plain old Jane EOB, right? The explanation of benefits, something that tells you went to the dentist last month and this is how much we paid and this is how much you have to pay. They turn that into a marketing piece where they still have the EOB information, but they're also now communicating ideas about healthy living. So you get that EOB, and this month it's recipes and diet. Well, click on that piece, and now you get alternative recipes that are gluten-free or vegan. Click on that piece and see a video of someone physically making the recipe. Next month, it's flu season. So click on that piece because of geolocation. Find a flu shot provider that's in plan near me. All of these experiences were never possible before. You had to go, look up the directory or search the web or. Now your local insurance company can complement the pieces they send you and give you all sorts of creative, immersive digital experiences.
So we're going to wrap this up in a moment, but I do have two more questions for you.
Sure.
Can people contact you or somebody to get samples of augmented reality that through Clickable Paper? And most importantly, is Ricoh using Clickable Paper in their own marketing materials?
Sure. So, of course, they can contact us. And, of course, we have proof of concept capabilities. So that app that's already out there, CP Clicker, on both stores, people can download that app and they can interact with pieces they receive from Ricoh. Just recently, we launched a very significant campaign in advance of EFI Connect, and that campaign was augmented. You could connect with it, register, enter to win. There were several different potential calls to action as part of that augmented campaign. So that was pretty neat. One thing I also want to mention is that printers can go at their own pace here. Right? Everyone's somewhere on this continuum of services delivery. Mm-hmm. All right? No matter who you are, you're somewhere on it. And somewhere could be zero. So Ricoh is offering a comprehensive services package should you need us to get you started, as well as any incremental version of that if you're somewhere along the path. Right? So we can help do the piece tagging and the result set creation and ongoing management. That's a very easy thing to do, and most printers will absorb that themselves and take advantage of the revenue opportunity that it represents. But we're here to be your safety net and your educator as you ramp up into more and more interesting services delivery to your customers.
I think that is a perfect place to end this conversation currently. Definitely want to have more of them with you guys. And your tagline, "Take a look at Ricoh," couldn't be any more perfect, especially in this area. So I would encourage everybody, whether or not you can actually provide the augmented reality experience or just the bridge to it, to take a look at Ricoh. Go click on the, I'll put the information about the website and the information for this podcast. Take a look. Call Ryan. He's a nice guy. So thank you so much, Ryan, for your time. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you at an event soon.
Thanks, Deborah.
You've been listening to podcasts from the Printerverse. We'd love to hear your feedback on our shows and topics that are of interest for future broadcasts. Please connect with us through printmediacenter.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcasts for alerts on new shows. Until next time, Thank you for joining us and listening to podcasts from the Printerverse. Print long and prosper.